Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Live with Brinkofspeed and Octane Hour. We are back.
We are back. Hello, everybody.
Hopefully problem-free.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Are we actually live? Can you tell us if we're live? We talked for half an hour last time, and nobody
we're live.
was receiving us. The antennas were down.
Yeah, we should be
was
live.
going on.
We should be live.
Yep.
So tonight, there hasn't been any new good news from GM this week, or really there hasn't been much in a while. But we're going to talk about what could be, and I think you guys are going to enjoy this a lot. So
yeah,
it's going to be
a lot of good news, a lot of good videos out there on content on different channels, so we could talk about that too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Talk
good
about
stuff.
whatever.
Yep.
So let's say hello to everybody. I see there are a lot of people already in here. We got 82 people.
All right.
And the usuals are on.
James Towser in here?
Yep.
Jim, make sure I have to talk about Jim real quick. What he helped me out with
Robert from Corvette World is already on.
Rob, how's it going?
Love it.
Jim, how about Davey? Is Davey on?
Yeah. Davey's on there.
He's on.
He's on? Davey's on there?
So there's somebody new. Eric Tremblay. Do you guys recognize that name? Welcome.
Lee Poss, whoever that is.
Lee Poss. She's the one that won the radar detector.
Oh!
Yeah, she's a regular now. She's getting her car soon.
Lee, well, let's hear about, did you avoid any tickets with your new radar detector, or is it still sitting in the box? Did you get it on there?
Joey B's on, Benson Murray, Zach Smith, John Somerville. He's a regular now. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Eric O.
Kerry.
Davy Jones. Navy Blue. Jeff, Everjeff.
Steve Cornelius, first new vet ever. He's from SoCal.
Awesome. We got Caleb. We've got Kevin Haran.
Oh, my gosh. Look at all these folks joining in.
Paul wants oxygen, so he must
Wait a second.
He's up in New York.
That's his name? Paul Paul Yeah.
It's pretty much the whole northern half of the United States.
Yeah, that crazy fire. And
good Corvette buddy from Long Island called me or sent me a video. It's like a live YouTube feed of New York City.
Oh, yeah, you can't see anything.
You can barely see anything.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, my goodness. Yeah.
Stephen Rapp, Elijah Ray, Lance Smith, just John P., everybody.
That's great.
Love it.
Good to see everybody.
Yeah.
Let's
Glass
do it.
City. So, yeah, let's get to it. Mark T's on here.
Mark T.
Great White North Corvette. Awesome. Welcome, everyone. Love having you guys. All right, so we are still figuring out.
Mark's cousin is on. My long-lost cousin
Who?
from Florida. My cousin Carl is on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, hey, cousin Carl. How's
And
it
General
going, man?
Lee's on.
And General Lee.
Awesome. So we haven't figured out the giveaway yet, but we are.
But I have a good question this
What's
time.
that?
I've got a good,
Oh.
a trivia question.
No,
yeah.
we're talking
about our big giveaway.
We're talking about the big giveaway.
I'm the little giveaway, I guess.
Big giveaway announcement will be soon.
He's the big giveaway. I'm the little giveaway, I guess.
We're figuring that out.
All right.
In the meantime, just so you know, we still have stock left in the G.I. Joe shirt and the Come and Take It shirt and a few key tags left. So if you guys want that stuff, it's 20% off on the Brinkofspeed channel, and also the BOS package is on there, so you guys can look through that. And
Of course, you know these shirts are limited edition, out of print.
yep, there was only 2 made.
Who was the other sucker that bought one?
This means soccer.
I've got one, and he's got one.
It's not a garage queen.
Actually, no. We made more than 2.
Yeah, there were more
We've
than
got
2.
some fans with that shirt on.
Yeah, they're collector's editions.
That's right.
They're hard to find.
They
They're
are.
like 70th anniversary Corvettes. They
That's
only
right.
made a limited run.
That's exactly right.
All right.
Next up, Dream Car Giveaway. This one's popular, guys. It's got 2 Corvettes involved. One's a 70th convertible, and the other's a 65 convertible or 64 convertible. Both in white. They will give you the 2 vets plus $48,000, actually $48,500 for taxes.
Nice.
And if you type in the Brinkofspeed code, or actually just click on the description below, and it's in there. You click on that, and you get extra tickets because you're a watcher of the Brinkofspeed.
Man, I hope that 70th anniversary is made because they're tailing back on production on those, right?
They've stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully this thing's been made, or
You know, it's interesting because someone brought this to my attention
it's
yesterday.
actually stopped.
Well, if you go to the Corvette build and price, you can build any Corvette you want, right?
Yeah.
If you choose the anniversary one, it won't give you prices. It says call your dealer for details.
Oh wow.
So they took it down, basically.
Wow. So it is a limited edition, and that's good for people with a
Well, now
70th
you're going to start an
anniversary.
argument saying it's a limited edition.
I know. Everybody wants, it's not limited. You can order as many as you want. Well, we know you can't now.
Right.
And if you look at the numbers, there are very few compared to normal Stingrays.
How many are they? 3,500 maybe total?
Yeah, compared to 30,000
Okay, we need anybody that's been
Stingrays.
watching videos lately. What's the most, or Roger Keel, is it, on Facebook? How many 70ths
So
are
probably
out
maybe
there?
they get
Somebody.
to about 4,000.
Somebody. 4,000, maybe 5,000. But we know the luggage isn't available anymore. I wonder if that couldn't be the reason why they're not making them. I think they're just,
Well, if you think about it, the whole interior is unique to that car.
yeah.
So is Dennis Kenny the one you were talking about, first time on with a C8 Z51?
No, that's a new person.
Well, welcome.
Yeah. New person.
And by the way, if you guys are brand new, we always like to hit the thumbs up button right off the bat. And also, if you're brand new and you didn't know about this live, it happens every single Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And the way to get notified is by smashing the red subscribe button and the bell. That way you are notified when I go live and when I'm about to go live. You'll get like a thing that says, please notify me when he's live. So thank you for joining us, though. We will do a weekly giveaway. And then if you guys have not seen my last two videos, you should definitely go check them out. Corvette World has a lot of C7s right now, and they have a lot of cool C7s. They have 4 manuals.
I was going to say that's very rare for them to have
Very.
any manuals,
Yeah.
let alone 4.
And one of them is a Z06. And it's also a Z07 Z06.
Right.
So
Yep.
it's a 3LZ Z07 Z06. So it's fully loaded. It doesn't have that many miles on it. It's a 2016, and it's a manual. So very cool car. But they also have some good deals on some C8s as well. The C8s are starting to come down a little bit. They did take a bit of a jump.
Tell me about that, because I haven't listened, but I know last week you said that they kind of bumped up a little bit.
They did go up, but they just the ones that they have are priced well. Let's put it that way. You know how David is. Whether they go up or not, he still prices them under the rest of the market, so he can sell them.
Yeah.
And they are priced really, really good. So good
No, they've
deals
always
on
been,
those.
yeah.
And it's crazy because right now they only have like 3 C8s.
Corvette World Rob says, I sold 3 today, moving fast.
Oh, nice. There you
Very
go.
good, Corvette Rob, good.
Awesome.
But speaking of Corvette Rob and at Corvette World, isn't Corvettes and Coffee
It
this
is.
Saturday?
Thank you for bringing that up.
Very good.
It is.
So this
Yes,
Saturday, so come on out, meet us out there.
Yeah, if you guys are in the DFW area, or if you're pretty close, an hour or 2 away, and you want to come to a really cool show, I actually met a guy at Corvette World while I was there the other day, and he's coming. He doesn't even have a vet yet. He's got one that's coming in like 3 weeks. But he's coming just to check out Forged Light wheels. Because I told him you'll get to see quite a few Forged Light wheels.
Yeah.
Lots of
And
ACS splitters.
He wants to see it all.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why he's coming.
Well, it's
So-
definitely a good spot to go to see all the different colors.
Oh, yeah.
Options.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Yep. I mean,
So-
yeah.
Because until you see the stuff in person, you can't. Same with the different seats. Do you want competition seats, G22
Right.
seats?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See it, feel it, touch it.
Yep. It's,
Also, another thing that I keep forgetting to mention when you're brand new on the channel and you really want your comment read, the quickest way to get that done is with a super chat. It benefits you, it benefits us, but it pops it up in big, bold letters in a different color, and we read it right away as soon as it pops up. And it also, like I said, it helps support us. So just wanted to mention that real quick to you guys.
we'll jump to the question immediately.
Yep.
John P. at New Jersey dealership today saw a Z06 on the floor with 105 markup on it. Sticker was 137, had a sold sign over it, and they said it went for 70 over.
Yeah, I
Dang.
think that's a common theme. They're asking for big money.
Yeah.
But 70 over is pretty high.
That is high. That's very high.
I know of, I've talked about this before, someone that paid just under 30 over,
Yeah.
and I heard from another person they were offered 20 over.
Yeah.
So the dealers, I mean, the only thing is if you're paying over for a Z06 and it's on the showroom floor, you can't pick out your colors and everything.
It's get what it is, yeah.
That would be tough for me.
But it's a Z06.
Yeah, it's a Z06
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
So let's move on to ZR1. Before we go to the main subject, I want to talk about something that the Mid-Engine Corvette Forum has on their site right now. And it is a ZR1 MSRP price poll. Okay?
A poll, so
A
it's basically
poll.
just people's opinions. There's
Yep,
no
and
information yet.
There's information, just not about price yet.
Official. Okay. Yeah.
So here's the poll. And it starts at less than $129,995 and goes all the way up to more than $175.
This is base starting
Yep.
price. Okay.
Yep. Base starting price. And right now, more than 175 is winning.
For base.
So the reason why I wanted to bring this up is, number one, I want you guys to go on there and vote if you're members. If you're not members, you should join the Mid-Engine Corvette Forum. It's great.
Yep.
Number two, back in 2018 and 2019, I was doing a lot of videos on just the C8 Stingray. And it was absolutely amazing how many people thought that car was going to cost $150,000 or more.
Yeah.
So it's always the same thing, I think. You know, when GM brings out the brand new version of the C8, people are just thinking it's going to be, way up there, and the ZR1's
How
going
can
to
they
have
release a car with a base price of $100,000? It's not going to be for the everyday
So-
guy anymore, and it started out at $59,900.
Right. So the way I did my math, just if you haven't heard me say this yet, to make it very simple for you guys, is the C7, and I know GM raised the price between the C7 Z06 and the C8 Z06, but let's stick with the difference between the ZR1 and the Z06. The C7 Z06 was right around $80,000. Okay,
Yeah.
base price.
Base.
The C7 ZR1 was $120 base. So that's a $40,000 delta. So let's use the exact same $40,000 delta. The base Z06 C8 is 106. So let's just say it's going to start right around 146 to 150.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what I'm using. I could be
ZR1.
Yeah, I could be completely wrong, but that's what makes sense to me. But I just thought I'd show you guys this. There is going to be more talk about price.
That's what John Somerville's
We
saying.
need
He
to
agrees with you.
answer Tito.
Does
Tito did a super chat of $5 and put in a question.
Oh, cool.
So his question was, need help. C8 Stingray from Sioka or an E-Ray from Whitmore in Pennsylvania. I'm number 4 on Whitmore's E-Ray list, or I could wait for a Sioka C8 Stingray. What do you guys choose if you've never owned a Corvette?
I mean, what I would do is I would talk to Whitmore and Sioka and ask them, how long do you think it will be for my Stingray at Sioka? Try and get a real answer. And then I would call Whitmore and say, how long do you think it's going to really be for my E-Ray? If you're looking right around the same amount of time, I would say E-Ray.
My guess is Sioka gets you a Stingray pretty quick.
Yeah, like in the next 3 months they've
But
come, right?
just so you don't have any false promises, I would have a heart-to-heart with the Whitmore guys.
Yeah.
Being on their list, what does that mean? Does that mean they're doing allocations to their VIP guys first?
Right.
Because that's kind of what they've done with Z06s.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
All right.
I mean, number 4, this could be a next summer story for you, unfortunately.
Could be. Is Matt Beaver your salesman? If he is, that guy is a
At
straight
Whitmore?
shooter.
At Whitmore?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Whitmore? That's
Yeah.
where's Bieber?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Street Speed's guy.
Yeah, find out, are you really the number 4 guy there that gets an E-Ray? Or is it after, so-and-so gets one and so-and-so gets one, they're a good customer, they're...
Because I will say this. If my numbers are...
Prognostication.
Yes, if they're correct on this,
Then you wait for the E-Ray.
you wait for the E-Ray because Whitmore is going to get a lot of E-Rays. So,
Yeah, believe
see.
it when I see it. I think your number's a little off there, Mr. Brinkofspeed.
Of what?
Your estimations of how many they're going to make.
Well, hang on.
Let's
not get negative before we get into it. Come on. So let's get to the main topic, which is,
Robert just sent you 20.
Oh.
So you take Robert's question. Robert, do you have a question? Cirilli.
By the way, thank you very much for the super chat, Tito, and I hope we answered your question. Robert, yes, if you have a question, let us know. Because do
you know your Carlisle spots yet?
We do not know our Carlisle spots yet. In fact, I probably won't know till next month.
And why is that? They don't assign it, or they just...
That's how it's been in the past. They just don't let you know until basically the month before.
Really?
Carlisle.
You don't know unless you're like a big vendor or something, I suppose.
Even then, no, that doesn't help.
Okay.
How much do you want to tell them about Carlisle? Are we keeping it?
Oh, we're keeping it on the down low.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to be there. Let's just put it this way.
Is your car going to be there?
Let's just put it this way.
Oh,
you guys,
here we go.
Is your car going to be there?
My car is Carlisle.
My car going to be there?
At Carlisle?
Wait.
If you get a car carrier, my car's going to be there.
There you go. His car might be there.
Then it might be there.
You're going to have a 3-way car carrier.
Just don't worry, Mark.
Wow, this is live on Brinkofspeed. You're getting some news I haven't even heard. This is going to be a party at Carlisle, I'm telling you.
Carlisle is going to be fun. You guys will definitely want to come. It's going to be fun without us there. It's going to be even more fun with us there.
We will say we are doing giveaways.
Mm-hmm.
We are doing
big giveaways.
Yeah, big giveaways.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
These two have been working.
Big.
And
Huge.
And I will give you another hint. We're going to give Sioka a run for their money. That's as far as I'm taking it. You guys are going to like what we have in store.
Okay.
Okay? So let's get into this. So, of course, before we get to the realistic number one, we, of course...
Trevor, you're not going to Carlisle,
He's totally going.
Yeah, he is.
Trevor's going?
Yes.
Trevor's going,
Oh, he's in with the group. Okay,
in.
that's true.
We wish that GM would say, we're not going through with the all-electric crap. Okay? That's the first thing that we wish GM would tell us.
They're not going
because that's on the thumbnail. What we wish GM would tell us.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. We got another super chat.
Oh, you got another.
Randall Swanson. Thank you for the super chat. Do you have a question? Oh, that's a super sticker, actually. He says OP.
Okay.
So,
Carl, yes, it would have to be enclosed, by the way. It's my cousin. He's asking.
Oh, yeah.
He says it's got to be enclosed.
Trevor's like, we're loading up, baby. Yep. Okay. So that's number one, of course. But I have a 1A and 1B. So 1A is supply chain issues no longer affect GM's production.
Oh, God, he just jinxed it. They just closed the plant. I got the text. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
So
this is your prognostication.
Yeah, I've heard some things. I'm hoping that they're true. I'm hoping that there's no more production issues from supply chains.
Which I think realistic is accurate to say because there's less demand for cars in general.
Right.
Going into next year.
Yes.
With the economy, interest rates. So
yeah, interest rates are a huge part of that.
You're right. So there's going to be a general slowdown in the automotive market. Now, the Corvette market will still probably be hot. Mm-hmm. But trucks are going to be readily, even right now, I drove by two dealerships today. They've got new trucks.
Yeah.
They're pretty full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I bet you this August will be the first time in 3 or 4 years that we see, say, a Chevy or Ford truck discounted $10,000.
Right.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Wow. Good.
Yep.
Good for us.
1B is we won't let a strike happen again, which is something that GM needs to do. They need to figure out a way to negotiate with whoever's striking and come up with something very quick to save production. Because it doesn't just affect the Corvette. This affects a lot of areas. It could be a strike all over GM. It could be a Bowling Green only strike. But either way, they need to, because there's rumors of a strike happening.
Oh, yeah.
There's big rumors of a strike happening.
The person that I know that worked there said they probably won't know until the very last minute, obviously. So,
right.
Unless, like you said, they get ahead of it now. And
I think they need to get ahead of it now.
All right,
it just seems like those things never work out that way.
I think Joey B, he means no overall, like there might be a constraint, but you could still get the car, right? Joey B saying no constraints, then where the heck is my carbon
Oh,
fiber
yeah. Well,
for my Z06. Yeah.
Actually,
okay.
I need to give you a call on that.
We get
Anyway,
you. Oh, it's true.
It's a crazy thing that's going on there.
But you meant in terms of literally closing the
Yeah.
plant is what he meant.
But look what Zach
Strength for
Smith just said.
pieces.
He bought a new Jeep last week, $10K under MSRP.
There you go.
There's deals to be had.
You know
Yeah,
why? There's a side story to that.
To Jeep?
To Jeep. Why
Okay.
Jeep sales are going down.
Tell us.
If you looked at the volume of Jeep Wrangler sales and Ford Bronco sales, Ford Bronco is eating them up right now.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
And Chrysler's Stellantis is very nervous about that because Bronco sales are just, they can't make them
Right.
fast enough.
Bronco looks so much better.
Well, the technology is such a
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a newer thing.
newer technology.
It's got independent suspension.
Yeah,
Jeep's got this,
exactly.
the axle thing going on. So, but yeah, that's sorry.
No,
This
that's
is
fine.
not the
I'm
Jeep
glad you
channel.
said
This is
that.
the Corvette.
No,
but
I'm
yeah,
glad you said that.
You know what you also can't get is you can't buy a Ford Bronco Sport. I'm looking at it for my wife and daughter. They're just not out there.
Really?
Yeah, you cannot buy them. They've got
you
like
want one?
I was gonna say,
a Bronco Sport.
I
Yeah,
thought
absolutely.
you could only
Oh.
rent those. You can actually buy those.
You can what? The what?
You didn't get it.
No, I didn't get it.
Everybody-
I think Hertz bought the Bronco,
The Bronco
Sports.
Sports.
Who bought the Bronco Sports?
Hertz.
Oh, Hertz bought them.
Right.
Oh, okay. They have like 15 on the lot over at the Ford dealership over here, and every single one of them has been a customer vehicle, customer lender. So each one of them has like 2,000-3,000 miles on them. So you can't get them new, apparently. They had 3 new ones there. So they're adding 5,000 to sticker on Ford Bronco
Jeez.
Sports, just to let you know.
Okay, so let's move on to number 2. We are going to do our best to hit 50,000 plus Corvettes for 2024 year model. And you were talking about that just the other, I don't know if it was last week or the week before that Charles Harlan was saying that this could break the biggest year ever.
That's a trivia question. What was the highest Corvette sales year ever? No, it's 1979.
Was it
79,
52,000 or something?
79,
53.
53,000.
Yeah.
Was it, how much was
53,000.
it?
52, 53,000.
Okay, that's
So guys, I used a conservative number and I went with just 50,000 instead of 53, 54.
But
anything
Harlan
like that.
offered that it could very well, if
Exactly.
on a good year, if they keep things rolling, they may make more than that and actually break the record.
Yeah. So I used 2017 for a reason to compare with this because I wanted to go off of a similar type situation.
Well, it's 3rd to 4 model year because 2014, so
Exactly.
similar time frame.
And in 2017 is when the C7 Grand Sport came out, which we know the E-Ray is replacing, and that's coming out in 2024. So I went with their percentages for that year, which was a total of 32,782 vets in 2017, and 41.3% were Stingrays, 36.4% were Grand Sports, and 22.2% was Z06s, okay? If we go off of these percentages, this is what 2024 could look like,
Assuming they do 50,000 cars.
assuming they do 50,000 cars, okay? If they do 50,000 cars, we will get 20,650 Stingrays.
Which, before you go on, that's down
Yeah,
from
go
what,
for it.
35,000 this year?
Yeah, it'll be a big downer from what they did this year, but you got to realize the E-Ray's coming in, and the E-Ray is not like the Z06. They're not going to just do a few production on the E-Ray. They are going to mass produce that thing as much as they can because all the people that wanted the Z06 that couldn't get one, you're going to have all those buyers. Oh, great. We're having a buffering thing here.
You
Get
sure?
off the Wi-Fi real quick, Mark.
Okay.
Yep. That could be,
Off Wi-Fi.
let's see. Can you guys see us and hear us okay?
We're back.
Hopefully everything's
back?
good. Make sure everybody can see us and hear us. So yeah, it's a totally different situation. They're going to produce a lot more E-Rays than Z06s, and we talked about this a couple weeks ago. They're probably going to do double what they're going to do for Z06s in 2024.
You
and
think
we'll
they'll
get
make?
to-
So where's this intel coming from? Just to ask you why? I mean, I've heard people say that, but
Well-
is it a hope, or is it we hoped Z06 was going to be in the
No, because I mean, here-
10,000, but it never
But
materialized?
we're going to get there in 2024.
Yeah, so they've already done 40,000 vets in 2023, okay?
Yeah.
40,000 plus.
Yeah.
So if Harlan is saying a statement like that, I believe him.
What did he say exactly? That they're going to make a lot more E-Rays?
No.
Oh,
I'm
no,
talking
the
about
50,
the total
yes,
amount.
Yes.
Okay? I would think that GM would use the same exact percentages that they used in 2017.
Okay.
I don't see why they would go off from that because the E-Ray is essentially a grand sport. Okay, it is their grand sport.
Yeah.
So
how many? So what was your numbers on those then?
So the grand sport's going to be 18,200.
Okay.
Or the
E-Rays.
E-Ray.
So you think they'll be able to crank out 18,200 E-Rays?
Yep.
Yeah.
I do.
They got to make 18,000 of
think
those
about-
little
Think about it,
motors
same
that
engine,
fit in
same
the front.
transmission.
I know,
Same-
but they got to make that little
That's
motor.
easy. They're already using that for other cars.
Yeah, it's a piece of cake.
That's
not harming them at all.
horsepower.
Yeah, that's not
engine
harming them
motor.
at all.
No, and they're incentivized. Think about it from a lineup for GM. They can
Yeah.
brag they sold that many more EV cars.
Exactly.
Okay.
So there's probably some reasons why they want that.
All right.
And if they're selling you on EV as the
Yeah.
wave of the future,
All right.
Yes, there is problems going on with YouTube. That's what I thought. The viewers are going up and down, up and down. Sorry, guys, I don't know what's going on. There must be a spike in the area of a lot of people using a lot of bandwidth because he has a lot of bandwidth here. Z06, this is a little bit higher than I would think they would do, but that means 11,100 Z06s. For 2024. Now, if they can do that, that would be absolutely incredible. It would definitely shore up problems right now with people wanting the Z06 and not being able to get it. I don't think 20,000 Stingrays is going to hurt anything. I think all the customers that want Stingrays are going to get them. I don't think there's going to be a single person that's like, oh, they're only making 20,000 this year. I can't get one now.
So let me ask you a question. They made that many because that's how many were ordered in 2017. There wasn't exactly gangbuster demand for Corvettes. They could have made probably more that year. 2017 is when people started hearing about the C8, so production started going down.
You're right.
So they were like, yeah, throw some Z06s in there, right? As opposed to, I don't know.
No.
You think they'll make that? They'll equal the percentage from 2017.
So these are for 50,000.
Yeah, that's
when
for
you
50,000.
when you look at 32,000 with those percentages, the
I
Z06s are much lower.
All right,
you know?
I see that, but it just.
So I don't know. This is just something that I thought would be interesting to go over.
29,000 non-Stingrays next year.
Yep.
That'd be great for all of us, right?
Yeah.
And great for all of us.
but let's face it. Even if they do half of the E-Rays and half of the Z06s, that's still going to be an enormous improvement. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
2X,
Absolutely.
So even if we're, way off and it's instead of
but
18,000,
all
it's
the car
9,000.
dealerships, they want cars on their lot.
That's right.
And I know someone that owned a dealership, and they said when all this kind of worked itself out, this is about a year and a half, 2 years ago, he said the exact same thing. He said, they're going to flood us with cars.
Yeah.
The manufacturers are like,
Absolutely.
you want cars? Here
Here
they
you
are.
go. Yeah.
And that's when sales guys start working again.
Yeah.
Right.
And are outside
Yep.
hustling, running up to you when
Walking
you pull
up to
in.
you.
Yeah.
Hey, how can we help you? And
Now it's like they ignore you.
now it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, what do you want to buy?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I got two.
Yeah,
Do you
sit over
want
there,
it?
get in line.
Yeah, I got two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be back to that environment
And that's
soon.
for the Bronco Sport.
Right.
You can't. I'm sorry. Keep bringing that up.
It's okay. So, I like I said, I just wanted to go over that with you guys, see what you thought about that. Now we have more points here.
Somebody asked how many. Trevor asked how many Z06s will be made the entire run. Well, what do you mean, Trevor? For entire
he's
run
talking
for
about-
2023 or
the
2024?
whole generation.
The whole
of C8.
generation.
How many have they made so far? We're talking
Under
3,000.
3,000.
under 3,000 Z06s for 2023, and then how many will they? Well, if you're
We don't know. We don't know. I mean, this
long will they
Z06
make
is
them,
going to
huh?
be different. I hope they make, close to 25, 30,000 of them.
All right.
So we'll see. So moving on to number 6, the ZR1 reveal will be this October. and we will be able to purchase them midsummer 2024. That's another thing that would be really great to hear from GM.
So it'd be a
reveal it in
2025
October.
model.
It'd be a 2025 ZR1.
Middle of July, put in your order.
Yeah, put in your order middle of July, get it,
So the
August,
order sheet
September.
in 2025 will have a Stingray, an E-Ray, a Z06, and a ZR1.
You got it. That's
Man, I guess
Yeah.
I don't want to go negative again. Wow, that's crazy. But if they can do it, great. It's great. It's awesome.
Look at Mark.
They can't even
it's
get
just-
they can't even get the Z06s cooking. Come on, get them rolling off the line.
Mark, this is a positivity session, not a negativity session.
all right.
All right, number 8.
Hey, and by the way, all these questions, if you want us to answer, I see a lot, but if you want to jump your question to the front, give them a super sticker or super chat or whatever that thing is, that super thing.
Larry Anthony is here.
And
Welcome.
we'll answer your questions.
Logic's Finest had a question on the Speed Phenom
Did he do a super
issue
chat?
with the carbon fiber wheels. Go to Paragon's YouTube channel. They just did a video on it, and they showed a local GM dealership that had the proper equipment to do it. And actually, it wasn't that hard.
Right,
No, it was a $40,000 machine or $50,000 machine they're using. But
right.
so they talked about the balancing tool that they used that was a little bit different. So it was Paragon. So go check out their YouTube page and you'll see it. And they documented that.
Yeah. Okay, back to ZR1 talk. 8, they keep the ZR1 as light as the Z06. Now, we've talked about this in the past. I don't see why they can't do that. Obviously, we'd like it to be way lighter than the Z06, but we definitely don't want it way heavier than the Z06. And in past models, that's exactly what happens. The C7 ZR1 came out and it was, I think it's 3,600 pounds, and the C6 Z06 or C7 Z06 is 34 and some change. So
How much more stuff is being added to
they
the
need
ZR1?
to, with that
Turbos
$40,000
and coolers
increase.
for the turbos.
Yeah, with that $40,000 increase, they need to add things to the car in carbon fiber or balsa
Magnesium.
wood or magnesium or super
Have a
light.
balsa dashboard.
Yeah.
No,
seriously.
I know. No, well, that's what they were saying about the E-Ray, how they
Right.
they did
Exactly.
the high brakes on it, the carbon ceramic brakes, right,
And
to
they-
save weight.
And they used all this stuff in the motor.
Magnesium
Yeah.
casing for the motor
Yeah.
that Taj said was unheard of.
So they really need to do the same for the ZR1. So hopefully we hear from GM that they're so proud to introduce the new ZR1 and it did not gain any weight from the Z06. That'd be amazing.
Yep.
And then number 9, they keep the ZR1 price below $150K to start.
Just
start.
for bragging rights, $149.95.
Yeah. Keep it below 150,
Yeah,
that
I think
would
that's
be
a good
huge.
mix. Yeah, because then they'll say it's half of a McLaren, half of a Porsche, half of.
All right. Stephen Rapp, thank you so much for the big super chat. Mike, do you regret not getting a Z06, and is it still on your radar? I don't.
Trick question, kind of,
Yeah.
right? It's like,
Here's the deal, Stephen. I regret putting all my eggs in one basket. I should have known better than to do that. I did it. It was stupid of me. The Z06 didn't happen for me. It hasn't happened yet. I don't know that it will.
dealer took everybody on their list and just scrambled it up and turned it into a totally different list, right?
Yeah.
So it took people that were waiting and were,
See, the numbers are all over the place.
yeah.
Yeah, it's frustrating, Steven. I would love to own a Z06. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not fretting over it. I'm not losing sleep over it.
You got bigger things coming.
Yeah, so if something pops up and it works out perfectly for me, then I'll own a Z06. If it doesn't, then I think E-Ray is next.
You can drive mine.
Exactly. Darren will have a Z06 probably what?
Hopefully September.
October.
September?
They
Well,
start making them in
I guess
September.
September would be best case.
Here's another problem with YouTube.
You guys hearing us? Is it,
Golly.
Yeah, I got
So
word.
annoying.
It's not really a secret that I'm next up at the dealer I've been working with for my allocation. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's
Wow.
July,
that's cool.
which I was kind of bummed out a little bit about. I was hoping to get it earlier
Getting a 23.
to get
Right.
the 23 and get an anniversary car, but now I'm a little bit excited about it because I can get a 24, get some of those new options,
Mm-hmm. Get the new colors.
maybe a new color. to be
Oh, maybe new
determined.
color. That'll be
Maybe
a
new
trivia
color.
question. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. See?
So I'm actually okay with it.
All right.
Bruno says we're all good on the feed. That's good.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but I keep getting a message saying that we're having problems. So
YouTube is having.
You're like
a
Twitter.
problem.
You just broke the internet.
exactly.
What's the name of that
Oh,
group?
man.
Ralph broke the internet.
Yeah. So that's it for my notes. I just, like I said, I wanted
Thanks,
to.
Rob.
Well, you know, we wanted to talk about, and this is going to be a lot of viewer feedback.
Yeah.
Is
do it.
potentially options, because we don't know all the options we're going to get in 2024 for the new model year. We will in July. But what are some options that potentially we want to see in 2024 or on the 2025 ZR1? And I had my list of a couple things.
A list of
So here's
wishes.
mine. I'll give you an idea where my head's
Okay,
at.
start me off. Yeah.
I really, really wish that they did the Alcantara interior option that you had to pay for. So you get the Alcantara dash, the door.
Agreed.
Like on the
steering wheel-
70th?
Oh, like the 70th. People flip out when they see that.
Yes, they do.
It takes that car to a whole other level.
It does. And for all the naysayers of Alcantara, I don't really care. When you see that car in person and you put it next to
A McLaren. You're like,
it looks identical.
Yep.
You know, and that's
Yeah.
what McLaren does. Whether you like it or not, they do that in their exotic cars. That's what Lamborghini does. Ferrari doesn't do it as much. It's more of a
yeah,
Lambo.
Lamborghini definitely does it. McLaren.
Yeah, those two companies definitely do it, and it looks phenomenal. It might not be the greatest material in the world to use, but I'm telling you, mine, I love it. I've had some marks on mine that are black that look like, oh no, I've got this Sky Cool gray.
Yeah.
All I do is spray a little bit of my leather cleaner on a cloth.
Sky Cool Gray Alcantara.
Yeah.
And it came off.
Yeah.
All I do is just barely rub it. It's gone.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, when I bought the car, the guy that had done the whatever, getting it cleaned up at the dealership.
Oh, the dealer prep, yeah.
He got black stuff all over my car. And it took me not long at all to get it off. And it was faster to get off of the Alcantara than it was the leather.
All right,
So-
what about the steering wheel? The steering wheel bugs me a little bit on the Alcantara steering
Why?
wheel.
Oh,
Because it's like I
love it.
leather you can just wipe your finger grease off. Alcantara is almost like a sponge soaking it up, and
Why are your hands all greasy? What are you doing?
Exactly.
because I'm sweating because I'm putting so many miles on the car. No, I'm just kidding. It's not my car. It's your car. But I get in it. I feel like I don't want to touch it, or because I feel like I want to Purell and
are you using pomade in your hair or something?
Yes, my greasing my hair back. No, I just feel like you put fingerprints on things.
It's luxury. It's exotic.
It's luxury.
I love it
That's
in my Camaro.
All
My
right.
Camaro has an Alcantara.
When I drove yours,
And-
it has the Alcantara steering wheel.
Yeah, and the shifter has
yeah.
Alcantara. I love it.
All
It's
right.
so soft.
Trevor says he likes it too, so it's
Yeah.
got to be good.
It's
Mark needs. Jeff said Mark needs to wear surgeon's gloves while driving.
So the other thing I was thinking, this would be a weight savings
Exactly.
too. And I could see pluses and minuses to this. But this would probably be like a ZR1 option, maybe Z07. And that's some sort of race seat. That's
Agreed.
all carbon fiber, almost like you see in the McLaren. They don't look very comfortable.
Like
They're
the
not.
They're not.
Recaros or something. Or
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
like
yeah,
a-
like a Recaro.
just like
OEM.
as an option.
Yeah.
Well, they have the comp seat, right?
But
that's
nah.
not enough.
heavy.
Look at a McLaren seat. You see
Yeah, it's
that?
heavy. Look at a.
I've also read some reviews of people who drove a McLaren for more than 3 minutes, and they were like their butt was numb. But
Well, on the LTs, yes, the 675 LT, the 765 LT, the 600 LT, they all have that super paper thin carbon fiber seat. And yes, it's going to be uncomfortable, but if you want to take it to the track, it's the seat that you want, and it saves like 50 pounds.
yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
they
that's-
don't they say some people who are doing the 0 to 60 or the quarter miles, they take the passenger seat out,
Yeah.
lighten it up a
Yeah,
little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah,
That's good. That's good.
yeah,
What else,
I
Darren?
like
you got
that.
a third one?
I think wheels. I think they need to offer higher end looking wheels on the ZR1. That's my opinion. They need to.
How about like what? Yeah, that's a great idea because think about they're offering now that off-market exhaust system.
Oh yeah,
It's not even a
Borla.
Chevy Borla.
Yeah,
they're offering a Borla, so maybe they
yeah.
should offer a Forge Light or something
go.
as a factory option.
There you go. They need to offer something.
Then I would because okay, it came from the factory that way. I might order it that way as opposed
Yeah.
to me not being the. I don't like to change the wheels as much. I really, yeah.
Poon Poon Smith, great name. He says, I don't think the E-Ray will be very popular. I would say there's probably about 172 people of the 173 people in here that probably disagree with you.
And
For what?
He doesn't think the E-Ray will be popular.
What?
Oh, wow.
It's
going to be very,
I
very
love the
popular.
body. It's a wide body set. It's not
You
just
know,
electric
how
front.
you
It's
gauge
the
that
wide
is,
body.
is call any dealer and say you want an E-Ray.
That's
Yeah.
right.
One of the first E-Rays,
That's
they'd be
how,
like, you know what? We're at 50 or 100 names.
Yeah.
We're not
Yep.
even
Yeah.
taking any more names.
Yeah. The E-Ray is almost the same popularity as the Z06.
Maybe
every,
more.
Every dealership that I've called to talk to said you're 2 years late.
Did somebody give you a super? Is that
Yeah.
49? Was that wrap?
Yeah, that
Steve,
we
okay.
talked
Which
about
got
that.
that goes back to what we said very early on to Tito was just be careful where your number is on the list. Have a heart-to-heart conversation. Make sure that's a true number
Right.
Yeah.
because you don't want to be disappointed waiting around.
He was disappointed. He waited around. He went
mean,
to one
lists-
dealer, and he was this number. I remember your number, and it was thrown out
For what?
for your
Z06.
Z06.
Oh, yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah. New Horizon, Carlos says E-Ray will be popular, but just for a different reason.
Well, the E-Ray is the wide Z06 body style, so that's
So-
really cool. And it also has, what I love is the pushrod V8, low torque, low end torque. So, and it's faster than the Z06 0 to 60.
Here's the thing.
I love the E-Ray.
I met
I didn't
so
think
many-
I'd love it, but I like it.
I met so many people that bought the C7 Grand Sport, and they bought that for a reason. They said, I wanted the Z06, but I didn't want to pay the price of the Z06, and I didn't care about the power. So I wanted my car to look just like the Z06, so I bought the Grand Sport. The E-Ray is essentially the same thing, except for it almost has the same price tag as a Z06.
It does, yeah. It
However, you can build it nicely for quite a bit less than the Z06. So you can still get it for less, but it's going to look exactly the same
And
as far as the wide
outperform
body.
it 0 to 60.
It's going to outperform it, and that's a huge difference. And you might not need that, but why not take that? So I truly believe that it is going to be more popular at first than the Z06 was when it first comes out. People are going to go nuts over that car.
And you
There's
think-
also another market that they haven't tapped. There are people that really do like the EV concept
Right.
of all-wheel drive. Those people may come over from other vehicles
Something
That's
else,
right.
yeah.
that weren't traditional Corvette buyers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another great point. Now you've got the very first all-wheel drive Corvette. That's going to be a totally different market. There's so many people. So let's rewind a little bit. Back in 2018, I was saying when the C8 comes out, you're going to have buyers that said they would never buy a Corvette, buy the C8. That came
I don't want
true.
mid-engine.
Yeah,
Who's going to buy a
mid-engine,
mid-engine?
A lot of people said they would never buy
They
a
would
C8.
never. Well, they said they would never buy a Corvette.
Right.
I was like, I'm
never
not buying
own a Corvette. All of
mid-engine.
those people changed their minds and they bought Corvettes
Mid-engine.
because of the
Whoever
mid-engine
thought
C8.
such a thing, mid-engine.
Now you're going to
Corvette.
have people that say, I'll never buy a Corvette because it's not all-wheel drive. You got people out there that just want all-wheel drive stuff. Well, guess what? It's all-wheel drive now. So they're going to want it. You got R8 customers that are going to want it. You got Acura NSX customers that
Porsche.
are going to want it. Porsche customers that are going to want it. And this car's not in the same category, but people literally buy things like the Sty Subarus because of all-wheel drive. The Evo 8 Mitsubishi Lancer because of all-wheel drive. Some of those people can afford Corvettes. They're going to have their eye on that E-Ray, I guarantee you. So,
Plus, a lot of people, traditional Corvette people, have never experienced an all-wheel drive car. If you
Right.
get in a high-performance all-wheel drive car,
it's totally different.
it's like being in a carnival ride at the
Can you
fair.
imagine going to Spring Mountain, Ron Fellow Spring Mountain, and doing an E-Ray through that autocross that we did? Can
Oh,
you
yeah.
imagine that thing pulling you through that autocross?
Yeah, yeah.
How much faster we would have been in that autocross with that four-wheel drive?
I want to think about more the launch control. Like if you've ever launched in an all-wheel drive, like a Porsche Turbo,
Oh, yeah.
it
It's
feels like
just-
you're in a slingshot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yep,
It's amazing.
It's a different feeling.
yep.
It definitely is.
And I beat both of them in the autocross, just to let you just remember that. There's-
Yeah, but we went in reverse.
He brought that up.
I did.
Just so he
just
could
to
say
that. No, I didn't. Just to let everybody know, I did beat them both in the
Okay,
autocross.
so for
at
all the
Spring
new
Mountain,
viewers
yes.
out there, I beat marked by 11 seconds. On
Well,
the road
yes,
course.
because I was throwing up after the third hole, the third turn. The third turn.
We're talking golf here?
Yeah.
But Larry Anthony, speaking of Ron Fellows, he's already booked his Z06, which is smart to do
nice.
that.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Heck yeah. What did Robert say here? Also,
I don't think we should answer any more questions unless they super chat you. I mean, come on, guys, give him a guy a sticker or two, or
a sticker, or
Venmo him, or Cash App him, or something. Help the guy out. I get nothing. It's all for him.
See, there
I'm
you
just
go.
here for the fun.
I love my Subaru, and I'm curious to drive an E-Ray. There you go.
That's what's going to happen.
I knew I was right.
Just like the C8.
I knew I was right.
Until they got in the car and experienced it, you see a couple driving around, it kind of perks your interest. You go check it out. Next thing you know, you bought one.
I'm telling you, I knew guys growing up that would only buy all-wheel drive sports cars.
Yeah.
That's all they wanted. You had the Mitsubishi Eclipse GSX that was all-wheel drive, and you had the Eagle Talon that was mimicking the.
Was that Chrysler? Was it Stealth? The Stealth?
Well, yeah.
Is that all-wheel drive?
Yes.
Yeah, that was all-wheel
and the Mitsubishi VR4 Galant, or not Galant. The
Eclipse?
No, it was the Mitsubishi. Oh, what is it called? 3000 GT VR4.
Oh yeah, the Mitsubishi, which was also the Dodge Avenger sister car.
No, it was the Stealth.
The Dodge Stealth. Yeah.
So those two cars were all-wheel drive.
Yeah, that was
and like I said, the Eagle
car.
Talon and the Eclipse were sister cars, and they were both. You could get them in front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. So, yeah, all-wheel drive is super popular, and then throw on top of that you've got 655 horsepower and 590 foot-pounds of torque. It's absolutely incredible. Oh, thank you for the super sticker, Andrew. Appreciate it.
Yep. What's your question?
And by the way, if you like good food, you want to
check out
know how
his
to make
channel.
it fast, go to Simple Cooking Made Simple.
Yep.
He's got a great channel.
No, the E-Ray, this is why I think you're accurate and your production numbers are going to be pretty high. They want to feed that demand. They know there's excitement. They don't want to miss this opportunity.
They don't.
The Z06, they kind of know what it is. People that are the true Z06 guys that are on a list, they already have a C8. They already have a C. They have multiple cars, and they're like, well, when I get to this, I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
But for other people at E-Ray, if you can't deliver them a car in a year or two, they might jump to the NSX or another car, right?
Yeah.
They might just they're going to go away. So I think Chevy's going to get them those cars.
Yeah, and look,
okay. I never thought of it that way. Okay.
And real quick, before we get to Stephen Rapp, you've also got Lamborghini that produces all-wheel drive cars.
Huracan.
That's every Huracan. Every
Huracan is four-wheel?
Well, no. I'm sorry. Not every Huracan.
Well, the STO isn't, but
you can get Huracans in four-wheel drive, though, or all-wheel drive. But
they're all ICE, right? They're not like half electric.
That's correct. They're all ICE.
But they're four-wheel drive. Yeah.
And the Aventador, all-wheel drive.
Yep.
Same thing. So anyway, thank you, Stephen Rapp, for the super sticker. I appreciate it. That's like a little hippo. It says, good job. Right?
GG.
GG's.
Great. Go.
Look at Ronald Jackson. He got all excited about getting one. He was at the bash and got to play around with one. So
who did?
Oh, in the chat, Ronald Jackson. He has a C8, but he was at the bash and was able to sit and play with three of them they had there.
There you go.
I mean, I was dumb and happy with my C7 until you moved into the damn neighborhood.
Basically, it's going to be exactly what
Mike... And he drove by with his new C8.
No, but I was the same way. I was late to the C8. You know why I didn't have one at first? And Mike can back to this. I had my C7 Z07.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, why would I go from nearly a 700 horsepower car down to 500?
Yeah.
And this is before the COVID shutdowns. I was like, I'll just wait for a Z06. I got my name on that same list early, and I thought, well, I'll have one in a year or two.
Yeah.
And then all that stuff. And then I started driving his and other people's.
Yeah.
And you figured out pretty quick.
And I was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it's not until you actually drive it, you're like, wow, this is a different car.
You got to drive it.
So the bug bit me too. Then all of a sudden I had to find as many C8s as I could.
Yes.
And I'm not even kidding, every single person that I've known that was stubborn about the C8 and said, I'm keeping my C7, once they got a C8, they were like, good God, why was I stubborn?
Right.
Every single person.
Well, also when I went to trade it in, I saw how much more money I was getting for the trade-in on the C7 back then at the height of the pandemic. So
All right, let's give away something. we've got a really great question.
Oh, what's the question about? You think they'll do the E-Ray thing with the 6 month and the void your warranty if you sell
I don't
it?
know.
I don't
know.
think so because it's still
They're done with that.
a little.
I don't know. I think they might. They've done it for the Cadillac Lyric.
But here's the thing, though: have they really done it?
They threatened it. Okay, will they threaten it?
Well,
I think
it's going to
they'll
be
do.
interesting to see. You would think it'd be happening anytime soon, where someone did buy a car under 6 months and there's a warranty issue and it's not being covered.
Yeah, I think
because
they'll do
isn't our understanding that?
Have we seen any YouTube videos of anybody
No, and
reporting
you haven't
that?
heard anything.
I haven't heard one, and you know that
But
would
in
hit.
theory, if you lose the warranty, right? If you get the car before 6 months, does that mean if the door doesn't work, you go in, it's not covered? I mean, that would be my understanding.
Yeah.
Nothing, everything, the whole thing.
Everything.
You pay for your own repair.
I think GM is backtracking on that under the table, and they're just not talking about it.
Okay,
That's my opinion.
I don't know.
interesting.
Either way, I think the E-Ray will probably have the same thing because it's going to be a high demand car that people are going to flip. So I think it'll have the same thing. I could be wrong though. What's your question for the giveaway?
Oh, my question.
And what's the shirt?
Well, you start talking about what you're giving away. I'll go back to my question.
Joey B has a super chat question. E-Ray no-brainer, 1 all-wheel drive, 2 Z06 body style, 3 new options, and 4 more availability. Exactly.
Now, Joey B has
You nailed it.
He has a Z06.
He has a Z06.
Are you looking to get an E-Ray? Are you adding that, or
I'm sure he probably is.
does he have a C7? too?
And there's General Lee saying, I don't miss my C7 at all. The C8 Z06 is still all that and a bag of chips. Exactly. 2,568 miles says it all. So, Mark, he's got you beat by probably 2,000 miles.
Wait, how many? I was looking at my question. Who's somebody's beating me?
25. General Lee.
Yeah,
He just
nice.
got his in January.
Yeah.
And he already has 2,500 miles on
Oh
it.
crap! I thought he was going to be helping me out. All right, General Lee, you got to slow down. Slow it down, buddy.
So,
Use the minivan for half those trips. All right.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's I have to give that to you. That's something that Davey sent again.
Oh,
That's
all right.
separate from Davey.
What is this, Mark? This is Mark's donation for tonight.
Okay, that is a T-shirt that is from the Lone Star Corvette Club.
Oh, okay.
For when we
It's
do
a good guy's shirt.
It's a good guy. It says "Good Guys" on the back. I'd open it, but it's unsealed. I don't like to open it.
Okay.
But it says there's a big logo on the back that shows the Good Guys show from last year, and it shows that the Lone Star Corvette Club. And on the back is a big old, really nice graphic of the Good Guys show that was at the Texas Motor Speedway. So
Okay.
extra large.
So you're going to get that
Very good.
and 2 key tags.
All right.
Okay? That's what we're giving away tonight. So, what's the question?
Is this a question that you wanted me to do, right?
Yep. That right
one,
there.
yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
That one right there.
All right.
Okay, guys, ready? Here it comes.
Okay. How many coupes and how many convertibles? Let's do convertibles first. How many convertibles were made in 1997?
Yep.
Corvette convertibles
Go.
in 1997. You should play the Jeopardy music now. You should go get the Jeopardy music and
Get
make
it.
that a push a button and have
That
Jeopardy
would be
sound.
copyright infringement.
Oh, you couldn't do that? Well,
No.
What are you trying to do? Get us shut down?
all right. Oh, I got to go back to the YouTube. Is that?
Let's give it a minute, though.
Wait a second, Grandpa's got to get his
Give
glasses.
everyone a chance.
Yeah, that's correct. Yep. I should have made it.
So Joey B did chime in. He said he is going to get it.
E-Ray?
He's going to trade in his C8 Z51.
Nice. All right, we already have a winner.
That one wasn't as tough as we thought it
Yeah,
might
that
be.
wasn't
No, I
tough
didn't
at
think
all.
so. See, we got to get ones that are just not straight
Here's
out of
what
the
you
black
have to do
book.
from now on. You have to test it and
It's okay, though.
Ask Google real quick how quick that answer comes up.
Eric Roseberry is the winner. He said 0 convertibles in 1997, and that is correct.
I mean, I could have asked how many.
congratulations, Eric.
Yeah, that and how many Corvettes were made in 1983. 0 and 0. Right? Not an
You've already
83.
done that one, though.
Yeah, I did. So
Yeah, I wonder if the storm is having anything.
It
to
is.
do with it.
we're hearing storm and thunder
Well,
above
I just
Darren's
keep
house
getting, I
right
got
now.
a flood advisory and a thunderstorm just hit my phone just now.
Yeah, we're having storms.
Yep,
That's
so-
got to be what's going on.
So I'm glad I didn't take my car today. I was thinking of taking the car today,
No,
but
you weren't.
I was thinking about it. I don't care about it getting wet. I was worried about the hail. The hail.
Yeah.
In your defense, I wouldn't drive your car in the rain from your house to my house because of all the mud and stuff from the construction on 114 and stuff.
Oh, stop. He's just joking.
Hey, Robert
with me.
is correct. Robert said there's one 1983 at the National
Well,
Corvette Museum.
how many sellables
That's
sold?
right.
There were
That's
more
right.
than 183 Corvettes made. There's one left. It was all the rest were crushed, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the subject tonight. Again, I just wanted to kind of speculate a little bit. And
You didn't also, the one thing I think, is there going to be different colors for the ZR1, you think?
why wouldn't there be?
Okay.
It's going to be, it's
So
going
what
to
do you
have all the
think?
same. Oh,
What do you colors
did
do
I,
you
did
think?
I
Yeah,
miss
you
that?
skipped over that.
I skipped over it, didn't I?
See, I was just trying to ease him into it. He mentions that he skipped over it. He's
my
not supposed to
gosh.
admit to the public of the United States
Well, and
that he's missed it.
Logic's finest, he said, that loaded ZR1 would
believe I
be
skipped
over
over that.
200,000. I don't think we disagree with that. A loaded
No, I
ZR1
don't
will be over
disagree.
200,000.
Yeah, I don't disagree
easy,
with that at all.
Easy.
Yeah.
We were talking starting price.
Think about the loaded Z06s right now. They're 175, 180.
If you do convertible
40,000 above that. There you go.
Everybody put the two colors that Mike thought they introduced for the ZR1.
Oh, they're already
What are
going
the
to
two
know.
colors? What
They're
are the
gonna
two
know,
colors?
yeah.
You know, he's talked about it over
Yep.
and over again.
Yeah, see how well you guys know me.
Yep. What two
Type-
colors you think Mike put on his notes here?
Type in the comments right now what two colors I think GM should introduce for the ZR1.
They should bring back Zeus Bronze and caffeine.
Jesus Bronze, I
If
kinda
anybody
like,
has
actually.
that
I
color
did like
out there-
Zeus Bronze.
As everybody has that color, though.
Look at-
I'm just teasing.
Look at Bruno and Eric and Supercar Ranch and YMV and Ronald.
They all know.
They all know.
I want the purple. Purple all day long.
Purple, me too. Yep. So that was my number 7. I don't know how. I guess I skipped over it because Mark was distracting
I know.
me.
I'm so distracting. I do. I distract. I go off on tangents. I'm sorry. I'm not going to get invited back.
So, yes.
Let's do a poll. Anybody that doesn't want me to come back, put it in the
you're-
comments. All right. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
that's. I don't know if I do that poll. No.
Do the poll. If you guys want somebody else, I'll get somebody.
So yeah, you guys are correct. Purple and green. I really hope that GM redeems themselves with the ZR1 and they give us purple and green.
It would be saying a lot if they did. That's pretty bold.
I mean, obviously the green that I put on the thumbnail.
Yeah. That was a really good
That's
color
a good
green.
Yeah, that's a great green. And then the purple that I might put on another thumbnail is going to be good too. So
When that's what you asked. What's his name? Banyan.
Raider Ron.
You
Oh,
asked.
wow. Haven't seen him for a while.
You asked Banyan that color. Oh, what is he?
Raider Ron super chat. Thank you very much.
All
Great
right.
talk all.
What do you want to talk about?
I'm going all in on a 01 with purple. That a boy.
All right.
Lee Poss says green and purple. Yep.
Yep. They know you
guys
too
know me.
well.
You guys know
Everybody
me.
needs to email GM right now
I
and say
know.
they want these colors.
I know.
So
Seriously, I hope GM sees this video. I think they will, actually. This has got the right title and the right thumbnail to kind of spark their interest. So I hope they see it. I hope they hear this. They need to go to the end of the video, though. That's what
Yeah,
sucked. I skipped
Supercar
over
Ranch
it.
said he tried to buy the NFT car, but Chevy told me no. I don't think they ever built it, right?
No, they never probably built it.
And I think that ended. It was technically, if you did the math on the day it ended, it was like $189,000, which actually, in hindsight, would have been a bargain because it was fully loaded Z07.
Well, yeah, it would have been.
And it would have been a one of one.
One of one, yeah. You could have sold it for $300,000.
Oh, probably
or more.
More.
Yeah. Taking it to the auction as soon as the 6 months was over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just a bad presentation on how they had that. No one could figure out even how to do it.
Right. Yeah, it was.
It's a shame.
And it was at the peak of people being concerned about crypto.
Yeah.
It was like,
I don't know about the peak, but yeah.
I mean, it was
It
up
was
there.
close.
It was close.
It was just hard to figure. It was very hard. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with some of these comments. You guys are talking about just having more options for colors. We already talked about the one that Porsche has. What's it called?
Oh, it seems like we're buffering or something.
Oh, we are.
Are we all
It's working.
buffering?
It even says we're buffering.
I hope everybody can hear us. All right.
That's going to do it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining. Again, please smash the thumbs up button. If you have not joined the Brink of Speed yet, please join us by smashing the red subscribe and the bell. You guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. I hope we'll see you guys at Corvettes and Coffee.
Davey Jones, thanks again for sending that stuff. That was over the top. We loved it. It was awesome.
Thank you so much.
And Jim, thanks for helping me with my lift. He helped me with my lift last week. A good Corvette friend. That's what Corvette people do. He came over. My lift was leaking all over my bottom car, and he came and we took out the whole cylinder and put new. He's an aircraft mechanic. We put new seals in this big, huge hydraulic cylinder. I'm like, Jim, can we do this? And we did it right in his garage, and my lift works now.
Nice.
And thank you to all the super chatters and super stickers. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. You guys have a wonderful rest of your night, and we'll see you on Octane Hour next week.